right, so I want to take my herbs and take them into my solarium, so I'll continue to have them. And in case the frost might bother these, I'm going to go ahead and harvest these pak choi. Well, if I can get it out of the damn dirt.
There we go.
That one's a little teeny.
Little teeny one, yeah.
It's okay. We'll eat it anyway.
Yeah, it's edible.
Yeah. But, so I'm going to go ahead and get the pak choi. And then I'll just leave the pots they're in here because it's not hurting anything for it to stay there. Come on, you fuckers. My knife needs to be sharpened, obviously. And pull the dead ones off. Just throw them down. Yeah, they're not very big, but we'll eat them anyway. And of course, I planted these in here several months ago, and we've already eaten a couple of them out of here. All right. Like I said, so there's a nice.
It's a nice little.
To my stir fry tonight.
It'll be delicious.
Because what I'll be doing, you'll find out. That'll be in another one, though.
Shh, don't tell.
Okay. Put that in your pocket, eh? Just put it in your pocket. Oh, you're such a girl.
I don't think it'll fit in that little bitty pocket. It's not a useful pocket.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Okay, so I got to take these down. And of course I've got them wired up because I was afraid that these would break and fall down. And they probably would have if they weren't wired up. So, but because I wired them up, they didn't break through the plastic. I was worried that the hole I drilled in the plastic would break. But
it's really stretched.
Okay, so I'm going to get all of them and I'm going to show you what to do with them before I bring them in. Okay, some of these basil plants, in fact most of them, have been alive now. I've kept them going for going on 3 years. And part of what you do is, in the winter when you put them up, you do a couple of things. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to look at it and go back to about here. So you want to get some live stuff. You don't want to cut all the live stuff off. But you want to cut it back so it's not so springly. And then see, I'll go inside and I'll pick off all that and put it in a bag and use it for the next. Okay, so we do that first. And then we're going to add a little bit of dirt from the old compost bins out of the same
chicken yard. Yeah,
out of the chicken yard. We just throw some new dirt in there. And then we'll take that down and put it in the solarium. And I'll show you another one. Okay, so this one's got lots of plants in it. Okay, now
this is one of the older ones.
I've got a problem because this one, I think that one needs to go because I think it's dying at the base. Okay, and this one too. Okay, so you're like, well, you just cut that out. Well, I cut it because I don't think it's any good at the base.
Gosh, that smells good.
But they might come back, so I don't just pull them up. Okay, now you see these, though. Mm-hmm. This one has one right there.
Right.
Okay, and then this one has a leaf there. So what we're going to do is we're going to clip and leave that leaf. And like I said, they'll look scraggly as hell for a while, but they'll come back. Okay, so this one also does not look good, but what I'm going to do is, so to show you something different, okay, so it doesn't look real healthy.
No.
But there's no new growth down low. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to let it be a little taller, and I'm going to leave those leaves there.
Right.
And then the same thing, I'm just going to add some dirt. And then I'll put it in the solarium. In a few weeks, I'll be harvesting basil again.
Yep.
Off of this, and in the meantime, I'll be using all of this.
All that.
So that's what we're doing with that. Okay, so let me go get another one. I'll go get the an oregano, and I'll show you how you trim that.
Speak loudly. I'm using Zoom instead of walking.
Okay. And so...
Not quite that loudly.
I just have to unwire this one and then pick it up, bring it over. All right. Now the oregano I won't cut it back so far that I can't use it fresh. And I have oregano out here that sometimes it'll make all winter long.
Right.
But it'll for sure go through the light frost that we're supposed to have tonight. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim off the loose stuff. And while I do that, I'm going to philosophize, because that's what I do. Or at least bitch. I think I'm going to bitch, yeah. Okay, so, as you know, as of when I'm doing this, old 45 is still insisting that he didn't lose the election. And of course his followers are all doubling down on the stupid, and they're in the street insisting that he did not lose the election and it has been stolen from them. Here's the problem I have. Now see, I got that all trimmed off. See how pretty that looks? And I do the same thing, I put some dirt in it. Here's the problem I have with that. You know, people will say, well, we got to all come together and we've got to find a way to get past this. We can't get past this as long as they continue not to use their brains.
Yeah.
Let's take a second, people, and use our brains. You think that there was voter spread, widespread voter
fraud.
Voter fraud. Spraud. Just that word.
That word.
Our famous internationally published author. They think that there's widespread voter fraud. That's what Trump keeps screaming. And as always, they echo every lie he tells them. But they could use their heads. I don't believe they're that stupid. Okay? Use your heads. How was there voter fraud for the presidency, but down ticket, the Democrats had huge losses in the Congress, and we didn't pick up enough seats in the Senate to keep from sweating this next election in Georgia?
Yeah.
If you live in Georgia, vote. You have now become the most important voters in America. They don't want to know the truth. If there was voter fraud in this election at all, I believe it was on the Trump side. Because I refuse to believe that 70 million people thought he was doing such a great job that they voted for him again.
It's sad, isn't it?
So, as I work in my yard, those are the thoughts that go through my head. And you must suffer with them. But yes, so this is what I'm doing. You saw me put these on the fence in the spring.
Right.
And you saw what I did to move them from the inside to the outside. And now you're seeing what we're doing to move them from the outside to the inside.
And we'll show them with them on the inside when they're there.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Okay, these I'm not taking in this year because I have plenty. And I'm just going to cut them off and save what basil I can, because as you can see, they're not very healthy plants.
No.
They're several years old, and I guess they've had it. So, I might take this one in because that one's got some live stuff down on the bottom. It actually looks pretty good. So I might save this one. Yeah.
We use a lot of basil, in case you're wondering.
We use huge amounts of basil. I love basil. So we used huge amounts of basil. So yeah, so I'm going to save this one. Now that because you can see it's got some really nice growth on there. Okay, so I'm just going to cut them off, and that because the oregano, until we get a hard freeze, that oregano will keep making. But a light freeze will kill all your basil.
All basil.
A light freeze. Okay, so I had her come out here. I'm still got to trim this one up. This one I'm taking a risk on because I need to cut it all the way back. In fact, I might just call this one a dud.
Well, and replace that one.
Yeah, that
there.
one. Yeah, well, I'll just bring it in and get rid of it because it's not very healthy. So I think I'll just cut my losses on that one. There's no new growth down low. So not unlike these two, it's just tired of living.
Well, what I was saying is you might want to put that one in the
You gotta let it go when it's tired of living. Some days in life, you just gotta let it go. All right. So I have all this oregano, but I'm not going to save this oregano to cook with because, like I said, I have 2 pots of oregano down there. This is what I trimmed off of those.
Right.
Plus, I have all that oregano, which should keep making.
for a while.
I've had winters where it keeps making all winter.
Right.
So this is a whole pile of sage and basil, which we'll pick through, get rid of the woody stuff. And these are parsley seeds.
Oh, how cool.
So I will go and stick them on a
Paper plate to collect.
and let them dry.
Right. So what are you going to do with that?
So these, though, have a special purpose. So if Lynn will follow me.
I will turn on when we get there. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so got all this oregano. Oregano, by the way, is super good for your chickens. It acts as an antibiotic. It helps boost their immune system. So I'm just going to throw this out here, and they'll peck at it and eat at it for the next few days. And because they don't really like it, it's not super yummy, but they will eat it.
And it's really, really good for them.
Yeah, it's really, really good for you. You see, they're picking at it. They're like, oh, okay, that's okay. I'll eat that.
It's green.
But at any rate, yeah. So give them the oregano. It boosts their immune system. So how neat are the seasons? So I had to clean it up today. We're also at the time of year when it's going to get cold, and the chickens, just like you, will have more trouble with health issues.
Right.
Because the cold weather affects them too. So right at the time when they need that little boost, you're already trimming your oregano back. So there you go.
Awesome. Okay.